Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! The Chronicles episode reaction and review. Episode 3 has just dropped, although it is the first episode of the branded storyline, which I am very, very excited for. Hopefully the episode is not even maybe longer than 3 minutes. I mean, longer would be better, but hopefully it just gives us like more of a story rather than just hype moments and aura, which is basically all we got with the Sky Striker anime portion of this. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. All right, so I just pulled it up, and this is a surprising good start. 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Definitely the longest episode we have had so far in the Chronicles. I think that is a really, really good sign. But honestly, the most important thing, and I've said this has been my big criticism, is not necessarily the length. Like, yes, we'd like the length to be a little longer than 2.5 minutes, which was basically the length of the last episode. But the biggest criticism and issue for me is the storytelling. I hope they do a better job here at the start of Branded of giving us a little bit of an introduction to these characters, making it feel like there's more of a story. You can tell a story in 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. They didn't really do that at all in Sky Striker. I'm hoping that they will do it here. And without further ado, let's begin. Fingers crossed. Good sign, though. 6.5 minutes. It probably means it's like 5 minutes 45 of action. A land of abyss, isolated from the outside world. All right. Well, this is good already that they're giving a little bit of like silent narration. We didn't get that at all with Sky Striker, so that is a good start. Dude, this looks amazing. I mean, they're showing all the important characters. Already more dialogue than both Sky Striker episodes. I'm not even kidding. I think there's been more dialogue already. And there she is. A good intro. I mean, really good intro. This is like a 5-second thing. Okay, I feel actually good. I feel good about this. I feel optimistic. We know there's gonna be. I already forgot. I think 5 episodes of this. I think until November. Maybe 6. It's so funny, just like with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, you can tell which characters are going to be important just based on their design. You know, I actually don't really know too much about the ALBAZ lore, so I am excited. This was the one when it was announced I was excited to watch. I was gonna say it. I don't think her sister agrees with that. Yeah, pure-heartedness.
教師様が次の聖女に見据えた気持ちも理解できる。
ありがとうございます。お姉様がそばにいてくださって心強いです。
お前とこの国を。
Yeah, this is great. This is exactly kind of what I wanted it to be. I mean, the Sky Striker portion was nothing like this. With backstory, you know, actually meaningful dialogue instead of just shouting attack names. I mean, this is good. Now we get the sky opening up, right? Yep. See, I feel like if this is what Sky Striker did, it would have just started right here. We would have gotten none of the backstory that we just got. And it would have just started right here. I did not even realize that those two monsters were sisters. Never knew that. That's how little I knew about the lore. And this will be the kind of the portion of the trailer that we got, I think, right, with ALBAZ. Yep. Well, let's see if she can practice what she wants to preach. Oh, is it over there? No way, dude. 50. Okay, well, they increased the credit scene. 50 seconds intro. All right, well, it was like a 5.5 minute, dude. But every time, happened last week too with the Sky Striker. Right when it's about to get like really like good, it just ends. So the length is still a little annoying, but just want to make sure there's nothing here. Yeah, there's nothing. An insane improvement, in my opinion. A night and day improvement. Certainly not perfect by any means. I think the length is still something to kind of like, you know, be a little annoyed with, only 5 minutes once a month. But when you look at the animation quality, you know, you kind of understand that. However, the most important thing for me, the biggest issue I had with the Sky Striker portion was the story. There was no story. It was just all these hype moments, attack calls, action sequences. This was a much better mix of the two. You see Ecclesia, and I believe that was Dogmatica, Flirtulus, whatever that monster is. I actually had no idea they were sisters. So you see them talking, and Ecclesia is like, hey, listen, I want to kind of bring an end to this conflict with peace. I think there's a way that maybe we can talk and figure this out with whoever we're going up against. She's next in line to receive like whatever the greatest honor in the land is, and that's the reason, because she has that pure-heartedness. We see her sister strike down the ALBAZ dragon, and then she confronts ALBAZ there at the end and is about to finish him off, but stops herself, and then the episode ends. But I imagine we're going to get that next week, where she's going to kind of try to practice what she wants to preach, where, hey, maybe we can reach a resolution here through communication. At least that's kind of what I got from the first episode. Again, coming from someone who does not really know this lore very well, so I'm very excited to see how this is going to play out. And I kind of stayed away from this lore as soon as the Chronicles were announced, because I wanted to watch it. I wanted to see it play out in real time on the screen here. So episode length went up 2 minutes, which is good. Still wish it was a little longer, but we'll take that. And the narration, the storytelling, mixed in with the action moments and the great animation that you know the studio is going to bring, much, much better. Much, much better. So, you know, I had even been saying that, hey, I feel a little more optimistic about this portion of the Chronicles than I did the Sky Striker, especially after the first episode. And people had said, like, oh, why do you feel so optimistic about this? And I had had maybe somebody reach out to me and say, hey, like, this is going to be like double length and there's going to be more dialogue. I didn't want to like straight up say that because I wasn't sure if this source was a trustworthy source, but it almost ended up being spot on. So I was kind of just putting faith not only in that source that had reached out to me over in Japan, but also that, like, hey, this is going to be longer. This is not going to be just 2 episodes. Maybe the Sky Striker portion was just like a little bit of a test run. That's almost what it feels like. And I'm sorry if you're a big Sky Striker fan, because I feel like it kind of got the short end of the stick. That was just kind of like getting their feet wet and a little bit of like a test run. And this feels like almost the first legitimate project here that the Chronicles is going to do. And if we get more of this, I'm actually going to be pretty excited every month to see what they're going to cook up. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the 3rd episode overall, the first episode of The Fallen and the Virtuous, Dogmatica, Ecclesia, the Virtuous, episode 1. Liked it a lot. Certainly an improvement from what we had in the first 2 episodes. But guys and gals, let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Excited to talk to you down there. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.